Hi, this is Jim Blasingame, the Small Business Advocate. And if you'll give me 3 minutes of your time, I'll help you have the maximum opportunity to be successful in your small business. Now, let's talk about the Small Business Code of Ethics. Since humans are capable of abstract thought and sophisticated language, our behavior often blurs the lines between black and white into what is known as the gray area. Consequently, the desire for order motivated the establishment of ethical standards to encourage acceptable personal behavior, contracts to encourage legal behavior, and courts to sort things out when a final authority is required. When it comes to ethical behavior, professionals have lots of help. Attorneys, CPAs, doctors, architects, investment professionals, for example, have established and published very specific ethical and professional standards, plus monitoring organizations complete with sanctioning authority. Indeed, part of their education and certification requires knowledge of that profession's ethical standards and practices. But when small business owners find themselves in the gray area with a customer or other business relationship, there's no sanctioning entity we can call on for guidance. We're on our own because the universal code of small business professional conduct and ethics doesn't exist. Having now been in the marketplace in 6 different decades, I'm pleased to report that the moral compass, sense of fair play, and inclination to deal in good faith on Main Street is exemplary. Small business owners consistently demonstrate that life is much simpler and more rewarding when they just do the right thing. No doubt, they regularly turn to ancient codes for behavioral guidance, including the Golden Rule and the 8th and the 9th Commandments. In addition to these 3, allow me to recommend 3 other principles which come in handy when you find yourself in the gray area, perched on the horns of an ethical dilemma. One is from an ancient philosopher, one from a 20th century Nobel laureate, and one from a 21st century ethics thought leader. On transparency. The way to live with honor is to be in reality what you appear to be. That was from Socrates, 5th century BC. On integrity. Integrity has no need of rules. That's by Albert Camus from The Myth of Sisyphus. On ethics. Ethics is devotion to the unenforceable. Lynn Morella said that. He's the author of In Search of Ethics. Here are all 3 used in one sentence. John, I noticed that one of the terms you wanted was left out when we signed the final contract. Even though the contract is in force, I did agree to that point, so let's put it back in and re-sign the contract. Write this on a rock. Devotion to the unenforceable. Thy name is small business. This is Jim Blasingame. I'll see you on the radio or on the internet at smallbusinessadvocate.com.